Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, midgets, tall people. Is there any other words we can say? I don't know. It's the RPG Podcast. It's episode I don't know anymore. I'm Guru. This is Chewy. Chewy, how are things this afternoon?
I don't think we're actually allowed to legally say midgets either. But, hi.
Fuck.
Well, cancel Guru!
Oh, cancel me all you want, I'll come back. Speaking of which, it's really hard to figure out, what you can and can't say anymore.
Yeah, but hey, it's another episode of EHRPG Podcast. Yeah, let's go. What are we going to talk about today? We're reviewing, aren't we?
We're reviewing, but we're also going to talk about how, Shonen Jump is as cutthroat as ever, and I saw a question on the internet I really like. So, let's start out with this. Chewy, do you think in this current market of Shonen Jump that books like... Sorry, hold on a sec, got a burp.
What?
One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Gintama, or JoJo would survive now? So say One Piece started last week, right?
No.
Do you think in this current climate of Shonen Jump, where things are just eviscerated within half a week, do you think they would survive?
Not all of them. I think a few of them might not make it.
I think One Piece probably could survive. But, I look at the other ones that Chibi mentioned. I think they'd be DOA.
Yeah.
The worst part of JoJo was the first part, so, yeah, that's probably gone, right? Bleach fell apart as it went on, because apparently the author itself wasn't that great at storytelling. I don't know much about Gintama or Naruto, but you hope they could survive.
I think Naruto would probably make it. I don't know. Gintama, maybe. It's because it's, maybe not.
Well, wasn't Gintama more satire than anything?
Yeah, mostly comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it finally got into, a bit more shonen at times with the arcs sometimes.
But it just begs the question, Shonen Jump is fucking vicious.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of understand it and you kind of don't, because I get it. They have lost a lot of books over the past couple of years. So just a quick example, I'll pull it up. Out of the top 10 books, right, of last year,
okay,
only 4 of them, I believe, were left over.
God damn, they give me a lot of catch-up. Holy shit.
And it's usually how it is, unless you tell them not to.
I thought I did tell them not to. Holy shit.
But no, I'll get the exact number from Super Eye Patch Wolf's video. But out of, Shonen Jump's top 10, right? 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them are left over, right? So, One Piece is the only one that's continuing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Black Clover is starting to slow down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Naruto's gone. So, I'll get you. So, here's the top 10 of 2020 for Shonen Jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starting from bottom up. 10, Black Clover. 9, Act Age. We know how that went.
Yeah.
8, Dr. Stone. 7, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is still going to be around, but it's going to the Shonen Jump Plus, where,
more mature?
stuff like Spy X Family and, Kaiju X8 are.
Oh, okay.
And that's a bi-weekly thing. So, you get a new chapter of Spy X Family every other week.
Oh, okay.
So, it's leaving the weekly magazine, right? My Hero Academia. It's on its final arc, so we don't know how much longer it's going to stick around.
True.
Promise Neverland's gone. Jujutsu Kaisen is starting to enter its climax. Haikyuu's gone. One Piece is still here. And Demon Slayer's gone.
Huh.
And if you take number 11 into consideration, which was, We Never Learn, it's gone too.
Yeah.
And you're noticing a lot of Shonen Jump stuff is coming in, and it's just being canceled so quickly. Like, the one that brought this up was Red Hood, Hunter's Guild. It was this manga that was just essentially unique takes on fairy tales. Right? And it's getting canceled. With the author creating a universe, he used It's Getting Canceled as a way to tell an interesting story. I mentioned to you before, he pretty much destroys the fourth wall.
Yep.
And kind of creates a universe where he can bring it back, but he talks about how, like, in this industry, you are just gone if you don't really hit it off.
Yeah.
So, like, I asked the question, is this about Shonen Jump trying to find, like, are they desperate? Because right now, the only big show they got is, big piece they got is Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece. And My Hero.
My Hero.
All three of those. Well, I don't know about One Piece, I don't read it. But My Hero is on its last act. Like, it's going to end eventually. If I had to guess, I think My Hero maybe has less than 100 chapters left.
Okay.
And then Jujutsu Kaisen, it's hitting its climax, and it's one of those things where I can sit there and say, I would not be surprised if Jujutsu Kaisen leaves in a couple of times, right? So, again, that begs the question, what does the magazine have left? Since we're noticing with Shonen Jump Plus that it's getting a lot of stuff that isn't on the weekly magazine. Since they've jumped to having the Shonen Jump Plus have a whole bunch of titles, right? Like, I'll just give you an example what's on it. We have Kaiju number 8, which is, again, getting really good reviews. Gridman was on it for a while. Regrettably, World's End Harem is on it. I think Sakamoto Days was on it, but the big one is, of course, Spy X Family. And eventually Chainsaw Man is coming as well. So, the question I'm going to ask is Weekly Shonen Jump's magazine just falling apart?
Kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
Because, like, it's still got good stuff. Like I mentioned, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Punch Man,
yeah, but
all that stuff. Hell, even Seraph of the End is releasing monthly chapters, and it's still pretty good.
Yeah, but dang, I don't know.
But with, like, Chainsaw Man especially going to Shonen Jump Plus,
yeah,
it feels like that it's all... they're going more to Shonen Jump Plus than anything.
I think
like, I wouldn't be surprised... Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that... The main thing that comes from this is that Shonen Weekly isn't the forefront anymore. It's Shonen Jump Plus now.
It's all online.
Yeah.
Which is, fair, because, like, we don't buy subscription-based stuff anymore. We're on our phones and we're on our devices now, so, yeah, it would make more sense to go there. Oops.
For me, I read everything via Viz Media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Viz Media, they have they release the chapters when they get them, right? So, like, for example, Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover, My Hero, right now they release weekly,
Mm-hmm.
every Sunday, and then, as I mentioned, Spy X Families every other Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like we're going more and more to an online market for these things.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, like, I think it's pretty telling that Shonen Jump is starting to realize, oh no, we do not have a weekly magazine going well, when Chainsaw Man went. I think if Chainsaw Man was still going to be there, I think it would have been okay to them, if you know what I mean, right? But the fact that they're sending Chainsaw Man to Shonen Jump Plus,
Okay.
there's a lot of what they think.
All right. I mean, I guess.
Because I don't think they can send One Punch Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece there, because, like, those are so long, right? But Chainsaw Man's what, only a couple years old?
I don't.
And its
think
first
even.
volume, in its first series, did just finish.
Oh no! Yeah, it is probably a couple years old now that I think about it.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man had a run of 11 volumes from December 2018 to December 2020, and it's going to be getting another run in Shonen Jump Plus. Yeah, it's going to be getting a part 2. So again, it makes me just wonder, are they, like, pushing more towards the online service?
Probably are. It does feel like it.
You know?
But at the same time, maybe they're like, maybe we'll. I don't know. It is kind of weird, I guess, to put like all the old big ones over there.
Yeah. But speaking of Shonen Jump Plus, we had some interesting animes announced over the past 2 weeks. We see the Nagatoro Season 2 is coming. That was announced over it. We already know about My Hero 6.
Mm-hmm.
We already know about Love Live Superstar, but Spirit Chronicles 2 is happening. Look, I feel like I say this so much with shows. Because we're through the bullshit of it, the second season should be better, right? Like, I just get my feeling like,
Maybe?
now that he's I don't know. Like, maybe I'm desperate. But, the two big ones is,
I thought I saw something about. I thought I read up to a certain part of that one, so maybe.
But, the two big ones is Disney is getting in the anime game. With an adaptation of Disney Twisted Wonderland.
Twisted Wonderland?
I have no idea what this is. Apparently it's a video game.
Huh.
Yeah, apparently it's a mobile game.
Huh.
But no, there is an anime being made. And it's going to be on Disney Plus.
Okay.
What do you think about that? What do you think about another big studio getting into the anime game?
I mean...
Because at this point, I'm sitting there saying to myself, just fuck off.
Was I still sharing a screen?
I don't know.
I just heard something just go...
But no, apparently this is like a really... It's a boys' love. Like, there's a lot of people, yeah.
There's a lot of boys' love in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the photos right now and just take a look at this. Alright, just take a look at this.
Love? Give me the boys' love!
Like, look. Here's the images, right? Like, look at them. They're all just like...
I just have a link, so I'm not sure if I should just click on it.
Just click it. It'll take you to the images.
Oh.
Like, it's stylized. I will give it that.
I don't know if this is a boys' love, Marcel. I think this is one of those, like, husband.
Well, I wouldn't say boys love, but it's definitely more targeted to, like...
I think this is a husbando collector.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Collector game thing.
But Disney Plus is getting into anime, and I don't know how to feel about this.
Oh my god, are these Disney villains just...
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god.
Are these just Disney villains? I think it is. I think that's Scar over there.
Yeah. There's different characters. Some are based on the Queen of Hearts and her cards in Alice in Wonderland. We got characters based on the Lion King.
Oh my god, there's Maleficent.
Yeah, there's characters based from Ursula and the Little Mermaid. We got Jafar and Aladdin.
The two moray eels and Ursula.
The evil queen in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Hades from Hercules.
Oh no, is that Jafar? Is that Jafar?
Yeah, there is a Jafar character. Oh my god. And this is the first anime that they're doing? You could be okay.
They split them up in different groups. There's one called Savannah Claw for Scar. Oh my god. There's Cruella de Vil as a dude. They're just reverse.
Alright, I've seen enough. Let's move on.
Bending the females over and anamorphosizing the animals.
Chewie, you gonna be okay?
Oh my god. There's Gaston.
I think we've broken Lucas, ladies and gentlemen.
I wasn't expecting this a little, but now I am. I understand now. I understand. Oh my god. How did you not see this in first class or something?
I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't.
No wonder Disney's doing it. Wait, is this video game also done by Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder. There you go. Disney's just stroking themselves. Fuck. It's just like level 5, Marcel. It's just like level 5. Except that Nazma 11 was actually okay and popular.
Okay. Can we get to the biggest news of it, though?
Oh, video games.
No, Spy X Family's finally getting an anime.
Oh, I was just
saying, I am so
so
unbelievably hyped for this. Spy X Family, I've been reading it since its release. It is one of the best series of entertainment ever. Like, I am serious when I say this. Unless Witch Studio and Cloverworks absolutely fuck this up, it will be an anime of the year.
Just will be, or will be a contender for it?
I'd be shocked if anything beats it. Like, just look at this fucking PV!
I can't.
When you can.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just... I've read it. This is one of the few times I can actually say I have read this series before it airs.
Mm-hmm.
It is incredible. The art is brilliant. The characters are amazing. The amount and the comedy is utterly fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I'm so happy to see it finally here. Oh, it's so hype. When I saw that when I woke up a couple days ago, oh, it was so good. But yeah, it's being tackled by Witch Studio and Cloverworks.
Right.
So there's interesting things with that. This is Remember how we were talking about last time how maybe Wit Studio needed to do bigger anime, right? And then we get the announcement that, oh, they're having a part in Spy X Family. I find that kind of ironic.
Well, it's happening.
Yeah. Oh, and we also had, on a personal note, Warhammer 3 has its announcement.
Excuse me. Oof. Yes.
It's coming February 17th, and I am literally just going to... Oh yeah, it's going to be great. Anyway, let's talk about anime. We actually have a lot of anime to talk about since we didn't do an episode last week. No, actually, we didn't. It's been a week and a half since our last episode. And I feel like we need to start talking with Mushoku Tensei.
I haven't watched that one, though. But
I don't care, because Mushoku Tensei...
Is good. Good?
Well, no, Mushoku Tensei and 86 last week blew up the fucking internet.
Oh, with the Paul thing and the
Paul thing, yeah. So, the main thing about Mushoku Tensei's last episode was that Paul finally reunited with Rudy. Right? And everybody was thinking, okay, it's probably going to be, this nice reunion. Turns out Paul and Rudy have a lot of issues.
They do.
And the one thing I liked about this episode is how well it showcased that both are right and both are wrong. So in Paul's case, Paul's expectations of Rudy are just too much. He expects him to be able to do everything and then some, when in reality that's just not possible, right? Well, Rudy, on the other side, Rudy was just too narrow focused. Because you have the feeling, you ever get the feeling when somebody asks, hey, why didn't you do this thing, right? And sometimes you just reply, it just never crossed my mind, right? Like, you've had moments like that in your life, I'm betting.
Oh, for sure.
Where you're just sitting there, you say your mom, your boss, your grandma, whoever is just like, hey, why didn't this thing get done? And you just say, honestly, it just never even thought of it, right? That's what Rudy had.
Or never came to mind, or yeah.
Because Rudy, he's been focused his whole time on protecting Eris, right? They've been transferred to a demon continent and whatnot. And everything in his mind is making sure Eris survives. Because, and that's fine. The problem is, because he was so focused, he never stopped for a second to think about, well, what really happened, right? Because as Rudy finds out in this episode, that teleportation event that sent him to a demon continent with Eris...
It was a widespread one.
It was widespread, and it was more of, it literally destroyed 2 towns.
Yep.
And
big crater.
Yeah. Like, his hometown and the town next to them are wiped off the face of the planet.
Goodbye.
And what Rudy also didn't know is that his family's missing. And this is where you could also say Rudy's expectations of Paul were too high, because he didn't think that Rudy just didn't think his family was in trouble, right? He thought, oh, if something's up, Paul can handle it. Paul's this badass, right?
Yeah.
And it turns out that not only did Rudy and Eris get teleported, but everyone did. There were people who were teleported that got sold into slavery. And Paul, he's just... The one reason why I lean towards Paul in this whole argument thing is because I think even without Paul's expectations, it's still... This thing still goes similar. Because just look at Paul, right? He looks broken. He looks dead inside. The only thing keeping him alive is the fact that Norn is there with him, his daughter.
One of his daughters, yeah.
Yeah, the girl at the end of the episode who came in and just like, stop bullying my dad. And then Rudy, when he figures out like, oh, this shit is bigger than I thought, he asks where his friend is. Think about this for a sec. Imagine you're Paul, right? Who's, like, gone through hell for the past year and a half. You're doing everything you can to not only find your family, but find everyone else's family in the village, right? Then you find your son. He ends up not reading the room and plays up his year and a half as this great adventure, and he's been having so much fun while you've been suffering trying to find your family, right? And then he asks where his friend is. Like, wouldn't you be fucking livid if you were Paul?
Oh, of course. I'd be a little bit upset. Sure.
Yeah, so he calls him out of it. He's like, you care more about your friend than your fucking mother? Your mother who we haven't seen? Your sister who we haven't seen? Hell, not even the maid who lived with them, right? It's your friend that you met. That's who you care about. And it shook Rudy to his core. And the reason is, this whole episode is meant to be a wake-up call for Rudy. It's meant to teach him how to think about things better. Because if you remember, I think there's a couple of people I've been talking with on Twitter. And one guy, Namaryu, sorry, he's got a weird name, summed it up that Rudy hasn't had to think like an adult his whole life, right? He may be an adult in age, but remember, this was a guy who sat at home masturbating during his parents' funeral. I expected a reaction, to be perfectly honest. Chewy?
I said,
But, like, he's a guy who sat at home masturbating at his parents' funeral. He's a guy who has no social skills whatsoever. He's a guy who's never had to form connections. And when you think about that, he never thought of Paul and Zenith as his family.
Yeah.
He always just thought of them as Paul or as Zenith, not as father or mother.
Okay.
And I think this episode is a wake-up call to make him realize, oh, wait, my thought process on that is wrong. They are my mother. They are my father.
Yeah.
And I should have done more. Now, I think Paul expecting him to be this heroic son of a bitch, of course, is stupid. But the fact that Rudy did nothing and didn't even try when he was out adventuring and having a blast, that's worse, in my opinion. And the thing that gets me is that there were guild walls in the couple places he visited, right? They had messages of people missing all throughout. And it never occurred to him once to just leave a message saying, I'm okay, Paul, from Rudy. And the reason I bring this up is one of the other main characters, Roxy, was in the same town of Rudy at the same time.
But they just barely missed each other, yeah.
Yeah, she was in the same guild hall. I refuse to believe that if she saw a message from Rudy, she couldn't get it to Paul. So yeah, I'm very interested. Apparently the next episode on Sunday is going to focus in a lot on what Paul's been doing since the year and a half. Because the one thing a lot of people didn't notice during the whole argument is look at Norn, right? Mm-hmm. Norn is clean. She's just like the typical, like, good little princess, right? Like, you've seen pictures of her, right?
Yeah, I don't know about
that. She looks absolutely, like, in perfect condition. She's clean, she's uptight, she's like everything, right? Mm-hmm. Compared to Paul, who looks like he's been through the 7 stages of hell. Yeah. That's mostly because Paul's been doing everything in his power to give her a good life. The best clothes, the best teachings, making sure that she is kept safe, right? Paul is literally only alive today because of the fact that Norn is there. If Norn wasn't there with him, Paul would have been long fucking gone.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be very interested to see just like his fall, and I want to see what he did to keep Norn looking like she's had a great life. When in reality, she's been traveling with Paul this entire time, not being allowed to have a normal life.
I feel like Norn's actually smarter than we realize, because children are smarter usually. At least.
Oh yeah, I guarantee Norn herself probably understands a lot more of the situation, right?
And that's why she's probably,
But even with that, look at her. She looks perfect. She looks like a princess, right? I've been having conversations about this episode the entire week. That's how big it was.
Okay.
Yeah. And 86, on the other hand, it's just a punch in the gut.
R.I.P. Marcel.
Because it's brilliant. The battle scene this week was absolutely brilliant. But the one thing this part continues to hammer down is that Shin has no purpose in life. And they're trying to give him a purpose.
Right, with the new Empire and stuff. Or
the new Empire and Lena. And Lena especially, right?
Yeah.
So it's Federica and Lena that right now are going to be his purposes, probably. But the one thing that I always like is Lena's uncle, the general. I love him. He's such a shit, but he's right. So what happened, the main thing about the episode is the Legion have started this massive attack. They're attacking 4 different nations at once with thousands of Legion. And let's just say the Republic's not doing a good job at defending.
Nope.
And we see a Spearhead squad commit suicide, and the last thing a guy says is, "You deserve it," right?
Rip.
And Lena, she's like, you know what? If I'm going to die, I'm going to die fighting, right?
Give me 1 second here, sorry.
Everything all right?
Go ahead, yeah.
And so she's like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die fighting, right? Her uncle's just like, and her uncle, I love him because he's just so real. He's pretty much said the entire series that why would you waste your time protecting people who don't deserve to be protected? The people of the Republic deserve this. We deserve to get ripped apart by the Legion, right? And he just pretty much said, don't waste your time, because what's stopping the 86 from just, going AWOL? Because there's no way they're going to be able to save the Republic. It's just, there's no way in hell. There's too much Legion coming. The naivety of the Republic's bit them in the ass. So why waste your time? Just let the Republic get what it deserves. And people could say, oh, he's such an asshole, but like, he's meant to be a foil to Lena. Just because he's a bad person doesn't make him a bad character. But of course, Lena, she's gonna go down fighting, in a sense. And then we had a cliffhanger of Federica's knight apparently leading a gigantic blast against them and seemingly wiping out Shin, Federica, and the entire 86.
Oh.
Yep. Of course, they're not dead, because why would they be, right?
Let's go, get down.
But I talked about 2, you can talk about 2. I'm guessing World Trigger?
I mean, we got a little bit further into that first rank war.
But nothing really happened.
No, they did. I mean, things happened. I don't know how to really explain it because it's mostly fighting and.
Oh, so it's just like good fights.
The commentators making their comments and stuff like that. Just
emotional storytelling.
Not really emotional because it's just all tactical.
Did anything progress? Is what I'm saying.
Well,
Or was it just like, the start of the 1-2, 1-2 type thing?
well, the Aces finally entered in the battle because Tamakoma Squad 2 didn't really fight that much at the very beginning.
Mhm.
But they started to engage a bit more because their Aces decided to get into the main mall, which is the main map, is this big old mall. And one of the enemy squads was, who picked the map actually, finally decided to reveal their strategy, which was to constantly turn on and off the lights there, the power in the mall building itself, in order to fuck with the vision. Because apparently, you can turn on this like night vision mode without using a trigger or something like that. The vision assist, it can help you see through, in darkness and stuff like that. Because operators were doing that for their teams and turning it on. They turned the lights back on basically after turning it off. So then, when you have vision assist, especially and night vision on, but then you just get all this light, you get just white, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they use that to their advantage, and they started to fuck with them. But then there was like that strategy did not live that long because Tamakoma's aces showed up really quickly, and one of the other snipers also tried to go after them, and they just like squashed him real quickly.
But essentially, this episode was mostly just fighting.
It was mostly fighting and setting up for
The climax of the fight, pretty much.
Yeah, the end, pretty much.
Yeah.
A few more deaths and a few points went to like Tamakoma, but then like there were 1 point and 1 point was going to other teams, and they didn't get the first point either because they have to be very aggressive because they want to get points in order to get past in the rankings, but they weren't the ones to get points first, so it's a struggle right now, especially now that they've now have to go. I don't know if this episode they actually resolved the fight or not.
Oh.
But yeah, it's progressing fast. It's fun.
Alrighty, you got another show to talk about since I started with 2?
Let's see. I mean, Isekai Shokudo was nice the last episode. I haven't watched this current episode today. I don't remember what they ate. I don't remember what they ate though.
Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. Isekai Shokudo.
Oh! It was the
It was the eggs and
the stew thing.
No, it was the Scotch eggs and Mount Blanc.
Was it? I thought there was a. Oh no, yeah, it was. The one before was the halflings having the weird creamy stew. This one was, Scotch eggs with the lamias, and then Mont Blanc with the mercenary dude.
I don't know how you say creepy stew when...
Creamy stew. Creamy stew, the one before. It was like a cream stew. I totally forget what it was.
Yeah, no, that episode was good. Again, it's not me saying this show's bad, it's just...
There's not much to talk about because
it's hard to talk about, right? It's just people eating. There's nice touching moments with like the chef finding out that one of his customers passed away,
and then somebody else taking up the role of their title, etc., etc.
Yeah.
What else?
Have you realized how horny Miroku-chan is? Like, I was watching Gigaguk's fall anime season video, right? And like,
it's ecchi. It's ecchi.
It's not like ecchi in the terms of like,
No, it's got this really.
It's the camera.
It's the camera angle and like just some of the models on the camera angle. It's It's the camera, man. Because if you look at it. Like, why do we need a shot of her ass when she's trying to get something from the fridge? Why do we need to get a shot of her friend's big boobs for a while?
Like, it's just...
But then again, it also there was that one ghost that was just a pervert the entire time. So it's like, yeah.
At least that ghost is the reason why, right?
Yeah, but then there's other points. There's like she's in the bathtub, and then she's also in like her butt, her thighs, and her friend's thighs and butt, and it's like, okay, cool.
It's
cool.
like, we get it. You're horny.
We get it. You're trying to make us horny. I get it. Okay, I get it.
Like, yeah, no, it was pointed out to me. It was pointed out in that video that, yeah, no, this is this show's very, very
provocative. Make a subtle provocativeness to it.
Yeah, and it's just honestly that kicked down the show a bit for me.
Guess what though? Oh no, wait, we already did talk about Kyokai Senki, didn't we?
We haven't talked about Kyokai Senki yet.
Oh, we didn't? I
No.
thought we did last time. Oh no, maybe we just talked about recording. Well, I mean,
it's okay.
Ammo went to whatever her name's thing is, Risei's hometown. Well, guess what? Risei's family and stuff was like freaking harassed so much that they had to leave basically and disappear.
I'm gonna be honest. I felt like that whole episode was totally fucking pointless.
Guess what? Only her friends and stuff and people remain and stuff like that. And oh no, they found out she died. Oh fuck, they're upset. And they're like, "Hey, Ammo,
Then
you
you
can
have the
stay here."
stereotypical villain who's just like, "Oh, you caused me to spill my drink. Okay, you're being sold into slavery
All
now."
you guys are lower than me because you are Japanese and stuff. So now you get to be my playthings and human trafficking things.
Like, I just felt this whole episode was not needed in the slightest.
I mean, I already had an idea that, like, they were already pretty bad off as it is, but dang, you to keep on going at. But okay, sure, let's go. Let's go further. Let's go further.
Also, here's a question. Why is he, like, so broken about a girl he just met? Like, they talked for maybe 30 minutes total, right? And yet, all of a sudden, he sees her die, and it's, like, completely destroyed him.
I feel like Marcel, he's... I feel like Ammo's just very, very sheltered at the very beginning. That's why everything is coming to him as a surprise, and to him is, like, different, and every relationship so far or connection he's made is making an impact on him so hard. Because
honestly,
it doesn't make it doesn't make any fucking sense. You don't know that like things are this bad. Honestly, at this point,
I will agree with you.
You haven't made your resolve just yet. You're still fucking in between at this point, and he's like, sure, you can argue. Okay, he's like, what, 16, 15 area, 17 maybe.
Probably around that, yes.
And he has a lot to think about because he's still growing up and he's, finding the resolve as to what he wants to be and what he wants to do. And it's a teenager, your hormones and stuff like that. Sure, you could argue that all you want, but you have lived this long by yourself, apparently, too. Your parents are dead, so you had to be a little bit of an adult. And you take this long to finally take a stand, to take a resolve, or to think a little bit outside of the norm, or to like be a little bit more like independent in a sense.
Like, have some fucking balls.
I don't know. You must have been super sheltered or something, or you must have like either just disconnected for the world for 15 years or something and just didn't care.
I say naivety. I think he's just naive to the world.
You know what? I think it's a combination of him being like he's young and his parents died, so he had to disconnect a little bit there. But like, wow, you have to have an AI and like the resistance to suddenly just boot you the fuck out.
Oh, it's so stupid. It felt so dragged. I don't know why this episode exists. Why couldn't we just continue with him meeting up with them and others? Why did we have to go this bullshit roundabout way just to get to something that we should have been at already, right?
I feel like for more intensive purposes, his parents' death should have been like the very first episode. Sure,
show them how they died, right?
Yeah, and it's like right away type of thing, and he's That would make more sense to me, because he's grieving. He's still trying to, and he's still, before it wasn't, maybe it wasn't real because his parents were very overprotective and they were very careful all the time. But now, okay, they're dead. Okay, now
maybe his parents just try to give him the best life possible and shelter him from the idea of what Japan actually became.
Yeah, and so in the first episode, if they die and then he's like, this is it, this is reality, families, even if we stick our heads to the ground type of thing, like my family and stuff like that.
One mistake,
or what? Not even a mistake. One step gets you killed. It doesn't matter if it was a mistake or not. It's just one step, and you're dead. So what is that now? What type of future is that for me? For other people? Like, that should get him to start thinking and stuff like that. I can understand at that point why he would be just wishy-washy this for a couple episodes and then finally make a stand at that point. I could see that happening if that was the case. But this doesn't make fucking sense.
Like, Risu's death should have been that moment. Oh, this person died. It's finally woken me up to the truth. But instead, he goes on this fucking, oh, I'm so depressed tour for a person I spent 20 minutes with.
That's it. That's the thing. I'm just like, if we had a death already the first episode, we could already say, okay, he has his depressed emo moment there. He could he starts building the Gundam as a result because he stumbles upon it then. And then he has that, like, breakthrough at that point, the, like, a little step forward point. Not fully to, like, his decision being, oh, I want to join the resistance and stuff like this. But, like, a step forward being like, maybe I don't have to think this way. Maybe we don't have to live this way either, type of thing. Maybe there's hope. Maybe there's a chance, type of thing. Hope, basically, being the one thing, right?
Yeah.
And then we could say, oh, Rise, death could have been another point, because maybe, I don't know, she reminds him of his mom or his sister or something. I don't fucking know. A little bit more of an actual tie instead of, oh, hey, just some pretty girl.
You talked to him for maybe 15 minutes.
You remind me
but
of
no,
my little
he's
brother.
Completely shell-shocked at the point, to the point of just becoming numb.
You know what? Maybe instead, a childhood friend. Rise should have been a childhood friend. That should have been it. That
would have at least made it like more sense.
Forever, and then she finds out that his parents are dead, and she grieves because she knows them, and then he feels that connection at that point, and he's like, wow, that's reality. My parents are dead. They had an impact, and now my friend is here. And then
fuck you,
oh no, she gets killed because she's risking her life for him and for other people. And then he realizes, when am I gonna stop? When is this gonna stop? When am I gonna make a stand? Why am I running? Why am I maybe in the first couple episodes he's running because he's found his first piece of freedom. That would make more fucking sense. That would make such a better story. Come on, we improved Kyokai Senki in 10 minutes here. 10 minutes. Sunrise, take fucking notes.
I don't think they're going to be taking notes of two Canadians screaming into a mic.
Who fucking cares? We just improved it in like 5 minutes here. Fuck you, Sunrise. Hire me.
Can we talk about something that's actually great?
Sure.
Komi-san.
Oh, of course.
Oh god, this episode was so good. I want to skip.
With the...
It's with
crazy person?
the stalker lady.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that was pointed out to me, I was watching Iris's membership stream yesterday, right? And she pointed out that in the manga, the crazy person had a knife.
Yeah, she does.
But in the anime, the crazy person had chopsticks.
Oh, yeah, they had...
I think, honestly, that suits the scene better. But what I will say is the best part of that episode was the ending, because Komi-san had the balls to say to the girl, I choose my own friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just think of where she was at the start. And now she's already getting to the point where, like, she can stand up for herself.
Yeah.
And then watching her just try to say the words to, oh god, I forget the main character's name.
I don't know.
Yeah. And the impressive voice acting performance by the Seiyu, to be able to, like, cut yourself off and slow the words down. Like, that was just awesome. And of course, it's a visual masterpiece. Like, when she gets those big eyes and she just sits there trembling, I just start laughing.
It's well done. It is very well done.
So good. Oh, it's like we got 4 really great shows in Demon Slayer, Komi-san, Mushoko, and 86, and then we got everything else.
Wow.
Everything else is pretty good, though. I've only dropped 1 show, and that was that hockey show, because I'm like, I don't deserve to watch them bastardize my favorite sport. You got anything else to talk about?
Digimon Ghost Game.
Oh yeah, you're watching that. Has it turned to shit yet?
No. I feel like there's like a... I don't know if they're doing like a flip-flop between good Digimon being just misinformed and actual bad Digimon being either naughty or just really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're doing just like a back and forth type of thing.
Yeah.
But so far there seems to be a little bit of a pattern of, hey, this is actually a really bad Digimon versus this is a very misinformed and a naive Digimon. And the other ones do, hey, this is a little naughty, evil Digimon. And this one's a bit misinformed and probably just going in the wrong way type of thing. I don't know. It's like... I kind of like it, but I kind of hope that this isn't a pattern I can, like, you know, predict and stuff. I'm liking that the main character is now, well, not now, but he's getting more information as, you know, the episodes go on. Now that he has a more veteran type of Digimon in Angoramon, the new. With the new Digidestin, he's learning stuff from him. But there's still I don't know. There's still this underlying dark theme which I'm still enjoying. Like, it's not super scary because it's a kid's show. They're not supposed to be super scary, but like Marcel. In this episode, there was a bunch of kids setting up for, like, a festival.
Kids die, don't they?
No. I don't know if they died or not, but, like, there was kids in a performance school who were setting up for a festival and stuff. I think it was Halloween, too.
Mm-hmm.
And one by one, these kids are just disappearing. And they're not, like, nobody's found traces of them. It turns out there's just this... Pumpmon, which is the pumpkin-headed Digimon with the axe on the top of his head, has been taking these kids and just putting pumpkins on their head and carving the pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns while their heads are inside. So, as a result, the kids just faint and stuff. Or
that seems rather morbid for something like Digimon.
Yeah, which I'm kind of liking, and I'm kind of like half and half. Hey, this is a kids show, and hey, whoa, this is a little whoa. Like the last.
Yeah, you're kind of sitting there thinking, is this a bit much?
But the one before it was like not as well. It's a little creepy, but it's not like super creepy. This one was kind of just like.
It's one of those cases where you have to look at it as like, are they doing it for the sake of doing it, or are they actually trying to tell a story with it?
At this point, I'm just like, okay, the Digimon situation is real, and like, it's a problem. Because like the one before, I think people's body parts were like not working properly, or like hurting, or like being really weird. If they showed up on these red lines showed up on a picture of yours or something like that, and they would like show what body part's gonna be the part that's gonna like be weird and shit. You know, it was that was kind of weird. Well, it was a little creepy at times too, but wow, this is like I like it. I think this is the entire tone they're trying to set, and I'm okay with this. honestly. At times I do find the animations a little too clean. Like, the art and the animation's like way too clean sometimes. But besides that, this has actually not been too bad of an couple episodes so far of Ghost Game. I'm okay with this so far. This is much better than like the Applemon ones. So, yeah.
I don't use Mal as a thing to take seriously, but I always like looking at Mal just to get an idea, and it's not doing bad.
It's a 7.18.
Yeah.
I think if you look at the Applemon one, is it Apple Monsters? Let's see. That got a 6.57. Yeah.
Alright.
Well, that's about it for me, I think.
Did we end the episode talking about... Well, there's two shows I want to talk about. First is one you obviously know, and that's the Faraway Paladin.
Oh, yeah.
That episode was just... It was something.
Latest one?
Yeah, the latest one. One, how is that person a girl? I do not believe that for a second. Two, I really just liked the way it played out.
You didn't see that as the reason, did you?
As the reason... No, I didn't. It makes sense completely, don't get me wrong, but no, I did not see that coming. Like, I was more thinking, that the person they sealed was gonna break free. But no, it was very, very good. And I'm excited to see more. And apparently, here's something I found out. The author of Faraway Paladin has took notice to it, and he started to comment with try to start dialogue with the English viewer base.
Oh.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I just want to get to me talking about Faraway Paladin. I want to see... It's hard to remember what I say about every show, man.
It's funny. Yeah.
Oh, the one thing I noticed is Stagnate, the person who was apparently a girl, but how? Her name fits her theory so much, doesn't it? Like, her name is Stagnate, and she wants to give people eternal life because they can't die, and yet, to me, that's the quickest way to stagnation. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of, like, little things like that.
Okay.
But, Chewie, Watch My Senpai is annoying.
Why?
It is just one of the best comedies I've ever seen.
Marcel?
Yes?
Giannis Antetokounmpo tweeted, I just went to Harry Styles' concert. It was 99% women and me. I'm a big fan. What a great performer. Just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know why.
I saw that yesterday and giggled a bit.
Well.
But My Senpai is annoying. It's got the visuals, it's got the comedic timing, it's just so good. And all it does is it takes the annoying person route and just flips it. Since how many times have you seen the girl be the annoying one and the boy be the schmuck?
A lot.
And now it's just the girl's schmuck. She's adorable. The senpai is just so funny. He's this aloof, brawny idiot who doesn't understand anything socially. Oh. Actually, there's one more thing I want to talk about. Yasuhime.
Oh.
It's getting good. But I'm also just like, oh, we finally have a focus now. Thank you very much. Pretty much now that Sesshomaru has obliterated Setsuna's butterfly, Rin now is like a couple days away from death.
Right.
So now the whole show's probably going to be focused on Rin, Toa, and Moroha trying to say... No. Setsuna, Toa, and Moroha trying to save Rin. Also, for some reason, Kiramaru has a daughter that now has revived herself into a doll and is working with them.
Huh. Well, what the...
Like, literally, they go to this mountain because it has the one thing that Kiramaru fears. And his daughter is there as a spirit, because apparently she died during Kiramaru's endless fights with Inuyasha's father. And then all of a sudden, she is able to break free using energy. This random doll appears and she ends up creating a human form out of it. And now she's essentially back alive, trying to help them. And I'm just like, where did you come from? Because she literally was just introduced the episode before. It's just like, oh yeah, here's Kiramaru's daughter. Right? And it's just like, oh.
Came from the heavens.
Oh no, man. And it's just, I found that inclusion weird. It's one of those cases like, what does having her here actually really do, right? But yeah, I think that's it for all I want to talk about. I mean, we nailed a couple things. Oh, actually, there's one more thing.
Attacked OP's Destiny.
No, but we can talk about that. It was very good. Okay. I hate how obvious they make certain villains look. It's one of those cases where, oh, you're obviously a villain. And they continue to show that, Tact and Destiny are, like, completely different when it comes to regular music arts. As they show, one thing the show has been doing really well is showing the compare and contrast between them. So, like, you clearly see a difference between a music art that is connected fully and someone like Tact or Destiny, where Destiny's literally draining his life force. And visually, it's amazing. Like, I love Lamb Sensei's character designs. And it's just, it's so good. It's nice to see shows that of a character designer that I like actually come good. I was kind of sad when Uemama's characters, all designs for shows, the shows ended up turning out to be shit. I want them to be good, okay? But, no, the one thing I wanted to talk about with the Assassin show is there's a specific character in there who is fucking amazing.
It's me!
Aristocrat Isekai.
It's me!
No, there's this god character. The god of the world. And the reason I enjoy her is, well... You can see just from this picture alone, she has the best shit-eating grin ever. So the previous two episodes have begun with her checking in on the other assassins she's sent. So, like, she's been sending in assassins other than the main character throughout time, right? And she's dressed up in these, like, rambunctious outfits. Like, I think last week she was dressed up as, like, a Marine. Because she sent in some army fellow. I just want to get the exact one. Yeah. She was sent in as some army fellow, and it turns out that Marine became a NEET. Right? This week, this episode, she's dressed up as some fucking geisha. And she sends in this samurai who ends up becoming this aloof fucking noble. And it's just like, I'm gonna send you another picture. Right? Please tell, like, look at this. Look at this fucking face! Oh. Like, those things take like 2 seconds at the beginning of the episode. And they're fucking hilarious. Oh. And I will say, the Aristocrat show is actually surprisingly good.
Oh, hello!
What?
Random.
What?
I heard a random buzz from your phone.
Oh, that was just, the phone buzzing because, again, got a message. Well, actually, no, it was a notification.
Damn!
But yeah, no, I think that's it for me. Is that it for you?
I think that's it.
Alrighty, well, I think that's a good place to end this episode.
I have been watching this lady just make her husband bentos and breakfasts, and I'm hungry now.
Didn't you eat?
I did, but I'm eating right now. But
well, we got how much time left before you got to go to Norman? An hour?
We'll see. About an hour and a half, I think. But yes, hello. The end of our podcast here. We go back and be the Malibu.
Oh, I didn't even realize you didn't end the episode yet.
Let's just do it in the. You know what? Just for the fuck of it, let's just do the cadence only.